Okay.
Welcome back to part 2 of episode what is potentially 16 of Aftermath. If you didn't see the first part, it's probably linked down in the description down below, by which I mean there's a playlist, which it's on, so check that out. And also previous versions. Where we left off, hopefully you know about, because you just watched the other part. If you didn't, go watch that. But I believe there was a brief conversation going to happen between a few people about some interesting crystals.
Most interesting crystals, I might add.
So, shoot.
So,
Once
Mathias.
Akane joins us at the table, I'll have my book open on the appropriate page. The one without the warnings. And I'll
You
just
didn't write down the warnings, did you?
I would have for completionist's sake. So, guys, I may have figured out what these crystals are and what they can be used for. In short, they can enhance our abilities on a permanent basis. We need to conduct a 1-hour ritual for it, all of us together. The more crystals we use, the more powerful those abilities should be. Yeah, it will affect affect everyone who inside the ritual, regardless. So since I will probably taking the lead on this one, I'll be affected every time we have to do it.
Can't we start do it all at once?
Yeah, so best thing
That
we
way
can
easier.
is do it all at once.
oh, all right then, let's do it.
How many are we? Like 6, right?
I mean, there's Jack. Like, we could get him as well. Is it like better if there's more
Where's-
people?
No. Oh right, there is Jack. Not necessarily, no. It says about 100 crystals, well 90 to 110 crystals per person depending on the flux. Where's Vestal?
Apparently, she's not
Oh.
buggered on.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, she left last night, I think.
Yeah,
Apparently,
Yeah,
She-
last night.
had something else to take care of.
Where the hell did she go?
the
She went
wilderness
to take care of her own damn business.
And she just ran off out of town and left.
Look, we'll probably find our corpse. Like, if we go back to where Courier was, so it's fine.
Mathias just lets go of a deep sigh.
Oh, we don't. That's all nice.
I mean, same, but like,
Bit
Perfect.
shifty sometimes, but she was nice.
yeah, she can go invisible if if gets in any trouble, so she'll be alright.
Oh, she'll be fine.
Alright then. Let's hope she's alright. Either way, yeah, we could get Jack in on this, I suppose. Might as well. Who's then to give it a shot?
I mean, I'm up for it, but...
I mean, yeah, free power. Like,
I will confess I've never tried anything like this, but I'm totally down for giving it a shot.
nice down for
I've not tried a lot of things. This seems not dangerous, so... This is probably higher in the list to do. So, let's do it. Yes.
Alright, where are we gonna find Jack?
Do we... Wait a minute, wait. You said the more crystals, the better. Is that like the more crystals per person? Or does it matter?
From what you can tell, Mathias, you need like 2 persons worth of crystals, or 4 persons worth of crystals, or 8 person logarithmic by per
Okay.
person they need
Yeah.
like multiple people's worth of crystals.
We need like twice the amount of crystals per person, so we might as well get him on board.
Oh.
The only,
Oh, alright then. Yeah, I don't
the
mind
only
it.
problem with it would be if whatever magic flux decides that. How many crystals do we have?
698.
If 698 crystals isn't enough for the 7 of us, that Well, it doesn't happen, then we wasted 697 crystals.
Wait, 7? One,
There's
two,
Sauriv,
3.
Pandal, Akane, Akane,
There's only
Jack?
6 of us. The vessels are gone.
myself.
And Jack.
Yeah, but Jack joined us. Pandal, did I mention you, Pandal?
I think I was mentioning
Yeah,
the six of us.
myself.
Vets was run away.
There's
Still
Pandal,
6 of us.
There's
We'll be fine.
Mathias. And
There is six.
Yeah,
there
there's
is
6,
six of
you
us.
idiot.
Oh, that's splendid. Let's do it.
You just got
Oh,
out-counted
God.
by Sauriv.
Yep.
Oh, I knew I was the smart one in this group.
Big thinker.
Yeah. Very big thinker.
I
well,
just shake my head.
Don't worry, Akane. You can learn from me soon.
I'd pay to see that.
So, are you all down to try it?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Like,
Yeah.
right now, let's go.
Right,
Should we go find Jack first and ask him?
we should find Jack first, and I should down my ale first, because I'm not leaving that down here.
I could down it for
Ask
you.
him if... I take it, I down it.
I was just saying. You don't want to be drunk when you're doing the wibbly stuff.
Smack it
true.
down.
It would have
You
been the
need
first time
more.
he did this shit before drunk.
You need more than one
Oh,
ale
that
to
surprised
be
me.
drunk, Sauriv.
You sure? Bit squally.
I am 100% sure.
Alright then.
Wakili, you said, are you gonna go out to find Jack?
Sure, I'll gather him.
Could you ask him if he knows of a place where we could conduct this ritual that isn't one of the rooms upstairs?
Why?
So we're not casting magic in the middle of a tavern. I don't know how loud this will get.
Fair enough. I'll go find him. And with
Oh.
that, I'll head out.
I'll come
He
along
must
with
have
you.
someplace.
Okay.
Okay,
Pretty sure I know where he is.
Actually, solid. Let's all go.
so
So let's put some peer pressure on the guy and bully him into this.
as the group gets up and begins to head off in that direction, we'll cut back to Jack, who begins to... Jack, you finish up your work, which was refitting the leather armor, studded leather armor. You finish that up, you take it into Illafin, and basically say this, and I believe you are handing in your resignation, effectively, right now, yeah?
Effectively, yeah.
Okay,
So I will sell my shit, and then if I have enough money, then I will
you
do my resignation.
take it, and he says, he hands you this huge sword, as you sort of take it. Well, if you're going to find those newcomers, if you wouldn't mind taking these to them, they've already been paid for, and he opens up the drawer where he keeps the money, takes out a pouch, and puts a hand on your shoulder. It's been nice knowing you, Jack. And he hands you this pouch of money. He goes, stay safe out there.
Yeah,
Good luck.
thank you. Give my best to your daughter. I know that she's going to miss me and stuff, but yeah. And then I head out the door.
You see him sort of chuckle as you do. Hands your hand out. The pouch contains 200 gold pieces and 30 platinum.
Oh boy.
How much? How much?
200 gold and 30 platinum.
200 rather stinky gold.
And 90 platinum?
30.
30.
30, okay, I was like,
It's the money I gave him.
Yeah, it's the money. It's the money Shreve gave.
okay. Well, I don't know that, so.
So,
Yeah, you don't know.
So, as you head out, you guys will probably run into each other in this sort of twisting corridor that shouldn't double back on itself as much as it does.
Mhm.
You sort of
I'll just
round a corner and there you are.
Just have to see him
Oh,
just
there he is.
like drop the giant sword I've been like kind of carrying. Just throw it in the first one I see. And
Ah, Jack,
There
we're
you go.
looking for you.
great.
you're gonna go traveling with us, right?
Well, at least to Korea. Maybe I probably need to work some there, if you know. So, probably.
Yeah, well, if
Everything
you want to
seems a
travel
bit
with
fun.
us, there's an induction ritual you need to go through. Do you know of a place where you can get through with that induction ritual?
I just slowly turn to look at Mathias with a what the look on my face.
There is
Induction ritual?
12 insight, Matthias. That's a deception.
God.
Sure thing. Still piece it.
Yep.
Mhm.
I mean, maybe, Jack? Bunch of
Yeah,
weirdos,
I mean,
but
like,
okay.
We have an induction ritual?
Yeah, we do. Sauriv got very drunk before it and forgot. Don't worry about
Oh.
it.
Alcohol
Good
is
night.
part of it, Sauriv. That's why you don't remember.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
So this
it's,
is. Can I always just check every one of them's faces and see the reaction?
Well, Keely is very clearly looking at the rest of the group with a what the fuck look.
Pandal is stone cold serious.
Wikili is very confused. Sauriv
Akane is
is
serious.
Okay.
Sauriv is clearly being informed that he is supposed to look serious and not confused.
Like,
It's very
Yeah.
obvious that this is some kind of
yeah.
having you
this
on,
is-
Yeah,
mate.
this isn't completely right.
Right.
Yep.
And what does this ritual entail?
Look, okay, we have a bunch of green crystals. I found a ritual that allows us to use them to make ourselves more powerful. I had never done such ritual before, but hey, for science, you know? Let's see if I can actually pull this off.
What's the dangers behind this?
The spell fails.
Yeah, we miss out on like a bunch of green crystals.
Yeah.
And we can't snort them.
Inside
That
check.
really sucks.
Can I help him on that deception?
No, because you didn't say anything.
Oh, rip. I was
I'm gonna-
saying something.
There we go. Okay, Jack, he's not telling you something, and also Wikili,
Mhm.
there's something he might be holding back here.
Isn't
I
that the
feel
same
like
thing
you're
though?
holding back some information there.
Mm-hmm. Seriously, like,
Well,
need to
tell me up
I-
front before you. If you're gonna trust it, here's the
I
plan. man.
don't know how awry this will go. I don't have experience with this ritual. It did say something about altering our being. I don't know if that's growing extra limbs, corrupting our souls, turning us all into nice folk.
Yeah, how.
The
What is
usual
this?
magic disclaimers.
I have someone that is quite knowledgeable, and I just signed from. But I can talk to someone that knows.
If you
About
want me
the
to go
magic.
and read through all the disclaimer bullshit, we'll give
No, I
some
just want to know
quiet
the
place.
ritual. And I need to talk to.
It's all in my book.
Okay, how. Is it in common?
Yeah?
Okay, can I? Is it? Is there a name for this ritual?
I've dubbed it the Green Crystal Ritual.
It would be something along the lines of just the essence ritual, like a ritual for essence enhancement or something like that.
The
I have
Green
an
Crystal
apartment.
Ritual.
I have an apartment, right?
Yeah, you've got what? It's more like a, yeah, it's very small, but yes, you do.
Yeah. Will I be able? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This might fit, and I'll give them the directions to my apartment.
Okay.
Tell them that. Well, I need to pick up something there anyway. We're gonna go traveling and stuff. I'm gonna go to Yosha if anyone wants to join me. She knows
To
about
who?
Yosha, the wife to the blacksmith.
Oh, hi, she's
Some
nice.
of you guys.
Oh,
walked
was
up
that the
there.
nice druid lady?
Yeah.
Old one.
Hex, Ezo.
Aesop, sorry.
Yeah,
Oh,
this is the difference between
um,
Norwegian and English pronunciations.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ezo.
yeah. I'll be joining you for that. Heck yeah.
I also needed to say goodbye to them, so. If you want to join me, you're more than
Yeah.
welcome to.
Sure, let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
why not?
Turn
Yeah.
around and walk back.
Okay. Do you give them the sword and armor and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, go ahead and mark down Sauriv. Basically, it's your sword. The only thing that changes is that it now the crits now work for nat 20s, and Mathias, you get your studded leather armor.
What? Yargon, what if I get both an 8 and a nat 20?
Then you're a very lucky man, and we'll see what happens.
The answer is yes.
Okay.
The answer is things die.
I like it.
So, the 8 isn't doubled. The 8 would apply after the nat 20.
Alright.
So you double the dice, and then you double the dice and modifiers. Yeah, you double the dice, and then you would double whatever you've got, times 2. Please don't ever do that. So, you head on up towards the sort of druidy cave area, where you can find Izo and Aski are tending some of the plants there, as they can often be found doing. They sort of look up, noting your arrival, but don't pay you much attention.
I will just head up to them. Izo?
Oh, hello, Jack.
Hello. Well, I don't know if you've heard, but I'm heading out. You met some of these before.
Yes, I've met these two fine individuals. Sort of gestures at Pandal and Sauriv.
Mathias here has found a ritual that he wants to try, and I was
Stood forward at that.
I know your experience, so I
She gives you-
wanted your insight on this.
Which ritual is it?
The current
It is
Mathias.
the ritual involving the green essence crystals that is meant to empower us.
Ah, essence empowerment. In all my years, I have never seen this particular one performed, and the results be undesired. It is, from what I know, a particularly powerful ritual, and one of the better ones. The downsides to it are limited, if any.
That's good to know.
That's all I need to hear.
Yeah.
Compared to the last thing you
I'll
told me, that's a
admit,
glowing review.
Ring?
She sort of like half smirks at that.
Looks between them.
See, it is all disclaimer nonsense, I told you.
Yeah, just wanted to make sure. It isn't very often that you get to talk.
All I can say is, any effects will be true to your nature. Whether that is positive is up to... That's for your... Well... It's up for you to decide, I suppose.
Good to hear. Well, I'm maybe seeing each other.
Akane can hear in the back of her head, you're gonna grow 20 tails.
Yeah.
So, you are leaving us then?
Yes, I always want to explore a bit. And, and these guys already live at trains, so it seems like a perfect opportunity. That's what I wanted all along. I'm gonna miss this place though.
I'm sure Aski will be heartbroken to hear that. She's and you can see the the sort of half dragon girl just face palm at that. and then, yeah, she smirks a bit.
We will always have that night that never happened.
You get this sort of
Just looking between the two of them. Confused.
And we're eating
Curious.
imaginary popcorn.
Man, the heartstrings between the two of you are so tense you can play a love song with them.
Oh yeah, no, that never happened. Oh well.
All I can say is, I wish you the best of luck. Travel
Yeah.
safely.
Well, yeah, thanks. Be safe. Don't.
Proceeds to do
Yep.
stupid shit in the next session.
Be safe. I'm gonna kill a dragon with my fists.
Oh no, not again.
Before we leave, and I'll approach her.
How can I help
I'm
you?
sorry, I didn't quite catch your name.
I'm Izo.
Ida.
Izo. She holds out her hand. It's
Izo.
YZO.
IZO, gotcha.
No. YZO.
Why so? Never easy.
I'll shake her hand.
Yeah, she
My
shakes it very
friend
gently.
Pandal told me about who you are before. And,
Did he?
well, quite frankly, I am humbled to meet you. If you would grant me the honor, I would love to ask you so many things,
I
and hope that you can provide me an answer.
may be able
No.
to answer a few questions.
Do you know when the flux hit in?
There are some things that are far beyond my knowledge. The flux is one of them.
I'm embarrassed to ask this one because it's a rude question. How old are you?
Oh, I am 3,423 years old.
There's something glowing in Mathias's eyes. Has the flux been around for that long?
I have, from all I know, it has been around forever. It is simply the state of being.
Sure. Izo, do you mind if I come back tomorrow by myself? Maybe with, Akane here. And really, I just want to ask you a million questions about how the world was.
What do you mean how the world was?
Has it always been like this? Fluxed?
Whatever
Just the continents, the trains all scattered
catastrophe
across the mountains?
happened to this land happened long before my time.
So Korea has been the only train for over almost 3.5 millennium?
There was one more.
Which one?
The city of Nokhor. But that train no longer functions. You can
I
find it.
presume that's the one on the side of the mountain.
No,
Oh,
that's been there as long as I have. You can find Nokhor. Perhaps that may hold the answers you seek. It would be discarded up near the rails. The loop near Yosa would be your best bet.
The loop near Yosa. That's quite the distance.
That's this bit, yeah.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's the wrong way too.
Wrong way.
Well, we're meant to go to the east.
I see.
Do you mind if Akane and I come by tomorrow?
we're leaving
Not at all.
tomorrow?
Jack, I don't know when we're leaving. We're not. We don't have a scheduled date to leave. Not quite yet. I am very interested in checking out this Yosa place, though.
She looks. Hang on, I'm gonna just roll an insight. 19. She
She has
looks.
a character sheet now.
She does. She looks.
She's always had one.
For a brief. No, she didn't.
She didn't have one in Rule 20. She did have stars though.
I had the stats, but I didn't have the character sheet. I've made a character sheet since then because I figured this was gonna happen. She looks curiously at Akane when you mentioned Yosa. So do just briefly, but says nothing.
Can I incite that?
Yeah, go for it. 18. Oh, that's Kane. And Mathias, 17.
17.
Yosa is home to many of the winged races. It's a very high city, and a lot of it is inaccessible without the ability to fly. There are some Kenku who live there, although there are a lot of Kenku that despise the place. And there are a lot of Tori Kitsune there. There are also can be found Arakocra and other such races. Winged tieflings, for example. From what you can tell,
Okay.
probably just questioning if maybe Mathias knows it. Not Mathias, if Akane knows it.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. We won't take any more of your time. Tonight.
It's been a pleasure. She sort of smiles. So,
Off to Jack's place, I presume.
you head off towards Jack's place. It's pretty small, like one bed. There's another room that has some basic, some basic sort of toiletries and that kind of stuff, and another room that has a very basic kitchen in it, with like a dining room table. It's sort of the main room. You think if you sort of push the table to the side, you might be able to do it there?
The dining room. Well, probably the.
It's got sort of one small
Jack.
table that's not
The
attached to the
table
wall.
is probably filled with gun parts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jack, I look at the table. Shit. There's gonna need some redecorating to be done before we can cast this spell.
Right?
Specifically, this table over there against the wall, please. Anyone who's stronger than I am. Maybe two people if you don't want the gun parts to go all over the place.
I'll assist you with that, Jack.
I take my backpack out and just shuffle them all into them.
It's a little bit
So
messy.
maybe please move the table.
Yeah, I'll just pick up the table again.
There are a few streaks of gun oil left on the table, and Sauriv, you just move it.
Right,
I just
I'll
start packing all the shit I needed for travel in my backpack.
I'm gonna start prepping the ritual.
Okay, so the ritual requires you all to put all of the crystals in the center. Basically, you sit around it, you chant, you read off some arcane words. There's a lot of it that has very specific instructions on how to pronounce words that are in a tongue you don't know, but as you say them, it kind of hits you that this was the same ancient language that the nice. This is the same ancient language that the drones that you met were the constructs, even what that they were speaking. And
Okay.
you see, and so I suppose you're all gonna spend an hour and perform the ritual. Yeah.
The hubble bubble.
Yeah.
So-
Okay.
Absolutely.
Matthias,
Yeah.
go ahead and roll me an Arcana check.
That's gross.
Oh boy.
Oh, fuck us.
I have nothing to give myself advantage. I have.
I
fuck
should do
all.
it.
I just have.
Can I inspire Matthias, by the way?
Go for it.
I feel like this is an inspiring moment.
You can indeed.
This is more. This is also a very important moment.
How would you like
How
to
much of
inspire Matthias?
You may be a fake wizard, but you're my favorite fake wizard.
Go ahead and
That's
take
why
your D whatever it is.
Your D8 of
D8.
joyous advantage.
Nice.
Please don't fuck this up.
Yeah, don't bugger us.
13.
What
Okay.
did you
That's
just
fine,
say?
guys. I can add a D8 to that. See, it's an 18.
18. Nice. So, as you perform the ritual, many, not all, of the crystals begin melding together. And as they do, they begin sort of giving off this green smoke, which begins sort of evaporating upwards, coalescing into a single ball that begins swirling around the room, swirling in its centre, little arcs arcing off it, and then back into it, kind of zapping outwards. Kind of like lightning in its behaviour, but definitely this green ball of what appears to be mist. And right as the ritual ends, it disperses, sort of shattering almost into pieces, each of which hit you in the centre of your chest, as they're flung outwards from the centre. Remaining are 50 green crystals, and we have a bit of a choice for everyone. Add a
Oh boy.
character. You may either take one level in a class that you do not already have, or you may take a boon that I have prepared specially for everyone, that are...
Boon, definitely.
They are
Yeah.
built for your character.
Oh yeah,
Nothing
I'll do
else.
that one.
Boon,
Yeah.
Um, I don't know what class to pick. I could go sorcerer for the full cantrip gigs.
You
Hit
could.
me with that boon.
boon.
So, let's see.
Boon,
Okay,
you
right,
daddy.
let's just go down my list. Pandal. Pandal, what are you choosing?
I'm doing booning, my boy.
Okay, I will show
You
these
just said
to...
boo me, daddy. So yeah.
Yeah, pretty.
Oh my god.
Pandal, you should see your boon on screen
Oh, I do. Oh god.
now.
Ooh.
Okay, I'm just going to go through these one by one.
Oh,
Pandal,
Pendle's boon.
you gain a 1d6 plus your constitution modifier hit points and a 1d6 hit die. You cannot take average on the roll for the hit points. You learn to string your insults together with a silver tongue. You can now cast Vicious Mockery as a bonus action.
Oh yes.
And, in addition, as long as you have one or more of your bardic inspirations remaining, when you're riding a creature, you can use your action to inspire it without expending one of your bardic inspirations.
That is the best
That
thing.
is-
Oh
that's
my
a very
god.
That's a very stupid idea. I love it.
Amazing.
Jack,
Yep.
what are you going for?
Boon. I'm interested to see what you make.
Okay.
I don't know.
The broken shit have you made for all.
Yuck's
I
bone.
don't know whether you should be able to see yours now. You gain a 1d8 plus your constitution modifier hit points and a 1d8 hit die. Can't take average.
Ah, yeah, there I see.
You learn the spell Magic Weapon and can cast it once per day without expending a spell slot. And in addition, any new weapon you craft has a misfire, has its misfire rating lowered by 1, with a minimum of 1. So if it has a misfire greater than 1, it's reduced by 1.
You gain 1d8 minus your constitution modifier. Because he has a minus, does that mean it's plus?
It does say plus your constitution modifier.
It says minus for me.
It is minus for me.
Oh,
If you
plus
like,
for me,
enlarge
it's
it.
when, it's when you make it larger. Okay,
Yeah,
never
it
mind.
does say.
Damn it! I tried, okay? I tried.
It's a
Oh yeah,
fail.
minus one is smaller.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Right.
what you said. Whoops!
Akane.
Yeah, boon.
Okay. And yours should be there. Right. You gain a 1d6
Of course.
plus your constitution modifier. Ooh, nice. Sorry, you guys distracted me.
Sorry.
You get a 1d6 plus your constitution modifier hit points and a 1d6 hit die. You learn the Arcane Missile spell and can cast it once per day without expending a spell slot. It's second level for the record. In addition, when you cast Magic Missile at second level or higher, you can expend 1 sorcery point to change the damage of each missile to 1d4 plus the spell's level instead of 1d4 plus
boy.
1,
Okay.
Oh, wow.
which makes it
Oh,
scale
boy.
increasingly well with higher level spells.
That's really cool.
Nice.
Actually.
Magic missile queen over here. Jesus Christ.
Magic missile.
Got this.
Yeah, bitch.
Is Arcane Missile the
The
thing with
one that the boss used. Yes,
Yes, it is.
Almost.
Oh boy.
That's a second level spell, but yes. Wakili.
Yeah. I'll take the boon.
Okay. You should be able to see it. You gain a 1d6 plus your Constitution modifier hit points and a 1d6 hit die. When you roll a critical hit on an attack roll with a weapon attack, you regain 1 expended key point. This can take your key points above your maximum, but any additional key points are lost on a long or short rest.
Oh.
In addition, your flying and walking speed share all modifiers, so they're always the same, whichever's higher.
You gave the monk the grit ability. You are going to die. You have doomed yourself.
It's okay. I'm making mistakes. Mathias?
Yes, you are. Oh boy, hit me with that boon.
Okay. Mathias, you gain a 1d8 plus your Constitution modifier hit points and a 1d8 hit die. You learn to read, write, and speak in Ancient, which is the language of the the constructs. In addition, you gain an additional spell slot.
Oh boy!
Oh, that's nice.
Wow.
Boy, are the
You
wallop.
know how broken you just made.
Dude, you're my favorite fake wizard now.
I have 3 level 4 spell slots, boys.
Oh, good.
my God.
Yep, this could go wrong. Sauriv?
Pwn me.
Let's do it.
I have to say it like that, okay.
Yeah. That would be shit.
Ooh, I get 1d12.
Sauriv, you gain
Oh my god.
you gain a d12 plus your con modifier and a d12 hit points. You just rolled. Ooh,
I didn't mean to. I already rolled before that it was a
yeah,
7.
you did. Okay, Sauriv, you gain a 1d12 plus your Constitution modifier hit points and a 1d12 hit die. You learn the magical ability to dash. You can teleport up to 15 feet directly next to a creature and immediately take the attack action. In addition, your critical range is decreased from 19 for two-handed weapons that you are proficient with. 219 for two-handed weapons you're proficient with.
Oh, nice.
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 Oh, I like you. I like you. What did I get for that dice?
That's above
Average.
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 With his average.
It's 3 HP though, we didn't even level up from it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty
I'm
sick.
over 100.
Oh boy. Time to
103.
Time to poke him and bring out that power word kill.
Oh.
Arcane Missile isn't in the companion.
That's because it
Yeah,
is.
it's,
That's the Yargon brand.
Yes, let me bring up Arcane Missile. I'll just, I guess, cast it, and that should show it for you. Let's see, Arcane Missile. So, you launch 4 missiles. Each missile can target a separate creature or the same one. Each creature targeted by a missile must make a DC, whatever your DC is, dexterity saving throw, or take 2d8 force damage. Creature takes 1d4 on a successful save. It's 2nd level.
Okay.
Unfortunately, Sauriv, Akane does not appear to have physically changed.
oh.
Not even more tame.
Did you use this opportunity to change me into a bloody elf, Yargon, because you hate the half-bloods?
It's not that I hate the half-bloods.
You just hate the human part.
It's just, yeah.
Missile.
Okay.
Important question about physical
so.
form. Am I any taller?
No.
Is my penis any bigger?
Do you check?
No,
Yes.
No.
it's shrunk.
Just as soon as the ritual's done,
As you
I
guys,
notice pulls his pants.
Oh, okay.
the only noticeable physical change is that Mathias's eyes, whilst previously green, are now a much brighter, more emerald green.
He's a
And
pretty boy.
Oh.
in the darkness, his eyes give off a very faint glow.
He's nuclear.
I've activated my patron.
Oh no.
Mathias, activate.
Just to get this out of the way, for my magical dashing,
Yes.
is that an action to do, or like, is it just movement?
It
or...
counts as it counts as basically part of the attack action. So I guess, yeah, call it like free.
So it's...
So you take that, and then you take the attack action.
Oh right, okay. So it's
It's a special attack action, effectively. You make
So
that.
the barbarian now has 55 feet of movement.
Because that's not ridiculous at all.
You do have to teleport next to a creature, and you
Oh, yeah,
don't have
but-
to have line of sight.
Oh my god.
Oh boy, oh.
But you do need to know that
We
the
go in
creature is there.
places.
I do need to know where they are. Do I need to know their exact location, or just that they're within 15 feet?
You need to know like to within about 5 feet. So effectively on a map,
right,
you need to
okay.
know
That's fine.
roughly where they are. If you see someone go around a corner, you could dash, and you can. There's a little bit of leeway. There's like effectively 5 feet either side of them. If you have to sort of choose, and if it's within if that point is within 5 feet of them, or them, then it works. Otherwise, you kind of just run into the wall.
What the hell do I call this? Unicorn dash.
Oh yes, majestic.
How do we feel once the ritual's over?
You don't particularly feel much of a difference. Yeah, it feels as this sort of green energy sort of wafts towards you, and it wafts definitely into your chest and just through you, and you sort of feel it as it begins. You feel it sort of spread through you, and you feel this warmth spread through you as the ritual completes. But as that dies down, you don't feel any particular difference.
Okay. As that dies down, I look over the others, then fix my gaze on Pandal, and dead seriously ask, Pandal, are you shorter than when we started?
I touch my head. I'm gonna insight him. I need to know.
Phil.
Yeah!
Eyes go wide, touching the head,
I mean, he's...
measuring myself against everything I can. Am I shorter?
Make an investigation check.
That
Am I
one.
shorter?
Oh.
It's hard to tell. You didn't, go stand against a table and measure yourself, but like, if you are, it's not by much.
As he goes up and measures himself, I'm kind of like, yeah, you're definitely a few centimeters shorter, yeah.
I can't.
Yeah, I think you might have lost an inch there,
Oh,
Yeah, I think, yeah, it looks like
at
it.
least.
the coat's like sweating at this point.
Don't worry, Pandal. You're still a grown boy.
Yeah, well, I need to stop fucking glow in the dark anymore. Christ! All that shine. I point at Mathias' fucking face.
What?
Wait a minute. Why are you glowing? And I'm gonna try and take a step towards.
Oh my-
This lots of shit.
Your eyes are glowing, motherfucker.
Oh god. Yeah, your eyes are like glowing like beacons. Apparently, it's lighting up the room.
The hell are you on about? Wait, what the?
I
Jack,
go.
do you have a mirror at hand?
Probably
No,
so.
I don't think you should use a mirror. You might blind
Yeah.
yourself.
I hold my hands before my eyes to see how much my hands light up.
Yeah, they're definitely not lighting up.
It's just when you need magic.
No. I just hold my hands closer, further,
You're holding your hand in front of your eyes.
Well,
We have one guy
I need-
holding hands
I
in
need
front of his eyes,
It's
and
not-
one guy measuring himself against everything.
I need a mirror.
I'm going to try and sneak up on Mathias as he's doing that. I just right in his face when he takes his hands away. I just boo. I got a 23 on stealth.
Holy hell, Sauriv! Why were you being that quiet?
I don't know.
You're not a
I don't
mirror.
think it was this. I don't know.
I'm gonna get up and start looking for a mirror.
Okay.
Probably at least half as frantic as Pandal is right now.
God.
Oh, calm down, Sally. I am gonna count Akane's tails.
There's probably something polished.
Akane still has what is it? 7th level, so it's like 4, I think. She still has the same number of tails. I think it's 4. If I count. I just
Yeah.
need to-
4, yeah.
I'll look over myself and see if there's anything different.
Yeah, I'm also gonna try and figure out if there's something different. As I'm walking towards Pandal and accidentally teleport to him.
Oh my god.
I
Yeah.
don't notice.
Oh, that's a good point.
Punch me.
You have just reminded me about something as you.
Uh-oh.
Is this gonna activate the flux? Oh
Yeah,
my
of course
God.
it is. Oh
What
no!
does that mean?
So, Sauriv, you take a step towards him, you teleport, and suddenly you're 15 feet behind where you were. You're outside of. You are now outside of Jack's house, just staring at the wall.
No, I'm not. I'm still staring at my hands and trying to figure out what's wrong. My,
Oh my
my
god.
surroundings change. I don't notice, and I walk into the door.
Fair enough.
Where the fuck did Sauriv just go? And what the hell was that?
I have.
Why am I outside?
Wait, for how long does that? For the next 19 turns, my mage hand's gonna try and open the window for the door for the kegs. So I'm casting mage hand.
Okay, so you cast Mage Hand and you get a foot. It's just a floating disembodied foot.
Nice, but
Fuck.
And it's sort of like.
I
wiggles-
cast Mage Hand.
Yeah, you also get a foot. Yours is much smaller and slightly hairy.
I also got Mage Hand.
I look up
Also
at
get a
Pandal,
foot.
What the fuck is this?
I just look at all of them and be like, why do you cast magic foot?
I kick Pandal with my
Is
magic
that like
foot.
is that like a train thing?
I don't.
You just hear everyone just hears Wakili go, and we're back to normal. Okay.
Is there curtains nearby?
Yeah. I assume there's 1 or 2.
You can kick in the window or the door.
No, don't destroy my
Wait,
fucking
you said
apartment.
there was oil on the table, right?
A little
Yeah.
bit. A little bit of gun oil that's left.
I tried to clean the oil.
Oh my god.
No, but
You try and clean the oil. Matthias, the oil on the table, instead of like shrinking and vanishing as you would expect, begins to grow and grow and grow, and there is a cubic foot of oil on the table that just everywhere.
Oh,
There's no
crap.
oil just running off of your table, Jack.
Well done, Mathias, you fucking glow stick.
stop it! Like, come on.
Pandal, you just take Pandal roll with save.
Just accidentally did it.
Yeah.
Accidentally guess I just walked away.
Pandal, roll me a wisdom save. Yeah, nothing happens.
Oh shit.
Wait, no, you passed, and that's averted, so yeah, you take 2 psychic damage.
I do.
Wait a minute, what?
Man, I feel bad for that one. I'm sorry.
Well, at least you guys, at least people like you will be able to see in the dark because of me. Your shortness will not help us any.
Roll me your wisdom save. You do not take any psychic damage.
You get healed if you
The
can.
weirdest thing in the world.
Guys, it looks like all spells are currently inverted. I start soiling the crap out of that cubic foot of oil.
No, the cubic foot of oil has spilt because it's gun oil, so it's quite liquid.
Yeah.
It has gone everywhere. It is covering the table. It is beginning to drip on the floor.
Yeah,
And it's
I'm
just beginning
soiling
to-
everything.
Okay, well, you're just spawning oil
Matthias
right
is
now.
just shitting himself everywhere.
Okay, Matthias is covered in. Oh my god, there's
No,
19.
hey, no. I'm using prestidigitation to soil things, but that shit gets inverted.
You can't
I don't think you can with prestidigitation.
I think you can.
Yeah, you
clean
can.
also.
can.
You can. Okay, so he's
Oh
cleaning
yeah,
it
you
up.
can.
Right.
Soil, yeah.
Okay, so this cubic foot of oil is, as you're trying to make it worse, it's just. And just vanishing slowly. It's gonna take you about 20 minutes to get that all clean because it's gone everywhere.
Wait, at some point I start summoning more oil, and I quickly
Yeah.
start cleaning again.
Oh god, yeah. You summon another cubic foot and reset the timer. It's a little bit. And you're,
Fuck.
it's gonna take you like 20, 25 minutes to clean all of this.
Yeah, after a second or two, I'm going to come in with a very small trickle of blood coming from my nose. I'm just going, what the hell happened? Why was I
No,
up?
nobody heal that. Nobody fucking heal that.
Did somebody
Pandal, heal
teleport?
it.
Did somebody teleport me outside?
What's the mean, mate?
I don't know.
Pandal,
That's
heal his
well.
nose. I want to see what happens.
Yeah.
Cast cure wounds on Sauriv's nose.
So I believe Flick Wounds is 3d10 necrotic.
However, no, this is probably before that ends. Okay, you take 13.
Oh yes.
You take 13 points of necrotic damage
To your nose.
on the nose. Your nose begins to rot and swell, and you can see it just decaying away.
Hold the fuck on. Hold the fuck on. I have the perfect response to this. I cast blight on his nose.
Roll me a Constitution save.
You can.
Mathias. Roll a Constitution save.
You forgot how this works, didn't you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good point. It's not Sariv's nose that. It's Pandal.
Oh right.
Yeah.
I'm not casting shit.
Right,
Oh,
so
you
it's
already did.
Pandal's nose that just
No,
rots
no,
and,
God.
yeah, your nose
Oh,
rots
right,
and
yeah.
you're beginning to look like Voldemort. As it just rots, all of the skin peels back. A sort of
I mean, how about we
gangrene
just
black effect around it, and you can see the bone underneath.
how about we just stop casting magic for like a moment and a half?
No.
I'm cleaning up,
Um,
mate.
I wanna.
Just
I wanna
stop
cast
for one
produce flame.
moment. No, stop casting magic. If you're gonna cast magic, you don't do it in my apartment that I'm about to sell. Please.
He casts healing word. Does that trigger other effects?
What?
Pandal casts healing words.
To cast cure wounds,
Cure
yeah.
wounds. Doesn't that trigger another effect?
What?
It's not every effect, is it? It's not
No,
like every
it's
spell,
not
only
necessarily.
Sometimes.
It's just whenever
know.
it's appropriate, I believe. or something.
It's whenever Yargon feels like it. It's
Yeah.
when it
I'm kind of confused as to what other effect. What? No.
It's like another
Another-
flux thing.
Another flux effect. from
Oh.
spell being cast.
Yeah, no.
No, 'cause no
Uh,
dragon
you are
Okay.
very close, and in fact, it is going to happen because Akane just cast produce flame. So first of all,
Oh boy!
Wait, what the fuck?
spells continue to be inverted as you cast produce flame, and a small just ball of ice appears in your hand.
So for
Ooh.
the next 2.5 minutes, all spells have been inverted.
Like, everyone stop casting magic in my house. That is fucked up. Fuck's
Don't you,
sake.
want, don't you want me to clean this up?
Not now. I want to sell this
Alright,
place. Come
alright.
on.
Well, not in this state, you're not.
Exactly.
I think that might be the problem.
But like seriously though, other than Mathias has become a glow stick, apparently I'm shorter, which I mean, I'll never live that down. Reeve is very jumpy. Anything actually changed?
By the way,
I
since
think
when did
not.
the Genter detect flux?
Oh.
You always
I-
have that.
Session 1.
I look to my arms and
Ah.
say,
Cost a gold piece to cast.
I feel different.
As you
Okay.
I don't.
as you've been as these have been chaotic, you've been focusing on your ki, your inner energy, and you've been just practicing the meditation that your master taught you, thinking back on every lesson that she's ever given you, attempting to feel any change within you, and as you do, you begin to feel that power you draw from within you, that ki, that energy. You think that maybe it can be regained in battle. It can, upon successfully damaging foes, becoming more powerful. The more you do, the more you gain. You gain this. You get a feeling that maybe you can have more of it. It can channel. The more you fight, the better you do in combat. The more you can draw energy.
Something has happened.
Drugs.
Most certainly
Everybody.
something has happened. I say, standing up. I don't know what, but there was indeed something that happened there.
I feel
Yeah, I'd say so. I
pretty
don't know
much
what.
the same.
Yeah, I don't feel much difference.
Well, apparently I'm a glow stick now.
That's fun though.
Mhm.
It's not that bad, Mathias.
So it's not like the beacons are lit.
No, you don't have beacons for eyes. You do look a little bit creepy. It does
More than
make
usual,
you-
he means.
Yeah, it makes me want to kill you a little. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay
No,
then.
Just
Your
a
eyes
little
should-
though.
Your eyes
I'm
are
gonna
just a
just
little bit
walk
brighter
outside
green.
the house quite quickly after a moment of silence.
After hearing
Or
me
the
threaten to
apartment?
kill him.
And do we have more space? Is there like more room outside of the apartment?
There's the short corridor, and then off of that there's a large sort of hallway area, kind of effectively a common area, like a city square type deal, but it's just a huge cavern. And then there's a few more little rays before you get to the one place where the blacksmith was, which is a very big cavern.
I just like get into the hallway area and just kind of stop and look up and just look around and say, well, time to test this out. And then just kind of throw out my arms and then I start flying really fast, 45 speed with flying.
Yeah, you are
boy.
much faster than you used to be when you fly. It still holds that distaste to you, but you can sense that maybe you can apply some of your training from running. You feel new ways to apply that to flying, and everything you've learnt, you put it all together, and as you do, you slowly pick up the speed as you're flying past where your limit used to be, further and faster than you could. As you fly, you soon reach the end of the corridor, veer quickly right down another corridor, and then have to turn around to come back. You do it real quick. It is significantly faster than before.
This might be useful, I say, just like as I just kind of skid to a halt in front of the rest of the group.
Person's side.
Yeah, now I gotta make it a rule of thumb to just start moving around the battlefield really coolly. Like if we're inside, I just gotta like jump off walls and whatnot.
Oh
For
god.
your coolness, like just like fly up to a wall, like kind of wall run on it, draw and shoot an arrow out, and then just like I gotta do the coolness factors.
So we
Slow
will
down
never
there,
walk
Neo.
again.
You do have to go right next to a creature, but yes. Oh god.
I'm just gonna be like run like 10 feet and then teleport. Actually, I'll just saunter and then teleport.
After this mess is clean, maybe we should celebrate our newfound powers at the pub.
Not a bad idea.
I do have to take an attack action when I teleport, don't I?
Yes, it is basically it is a type of attack action.
Ow. Ow. Ow.
What if I did something where I don't know, like an armed attack, which I just like, I don't know.
If you do like a 3-point hero landing, like does that count as punching the ground?
I do a 3-point hero landing on the wall.
You have to attack the creature that you're next to.
Yeah, I know. That's
So
fine.
basically, you're gonna have to slap Pandal really hard every time you teleport to him.
I'm gonna be on his back, mate. Yes, fucking other walk places.
Oh yeah,
Does
you,
he teleport with me?
no.
Oh my god.
Yes!
I just fall off. That's fantastic.
Every fucking time.
Oh yeah, no. That It's just you and any equipment you're wearing or carrying, not anything that's riding you.
What? What if I could Pandal as my equipment?
Oh my god. What Pandal?
What if I use Pandal as my weapon?
Hashtag
Yes.
broken.
No? Please
Okay.
no?
Yeah.
No,
I'm gonna
God,
start
no.
role-playing
I
now.
mean-
It's the least way possible.
Guess we're going to get fucking wasted after we
Yeah,
conduct a weird
celebration
ritual.
drinks with all the money that I don't have. So.
By the way, on the way back to the tavern,
Yes.
I kind of would start talking to Mathias in Sylvan. Like, Mathias,
Yeah.
are you still mad at me for train incident? Could ask a bit hesitantly.
Matthias lets go of a deep sigh. How in the world should I put this? As much as it is clearly your fault that, oh I don't know, you had a massive multiple ton machine running in our direction.
She would look sad at this.
I can't
thing.
say I can't say I'm angry anymore. But I do think that I should go through with the punishment for this so that you learn your lesson.
Okay. She would look sad. Still. Less sad than before.
Okay.
That's 3 hit points.
As we're heading towards the bar, Jack seems disappointed somehow. You know? You're like, oh, people got teleporting and shit. I didn't get anything. Because he doesn't know anything. God.
We have no
So,
idea.
Like,
Don't you worry, Jack. I'm going to say, mildly drunk, having drunk far too much ale.
Sure.
I'm just gonna say, don't you worry, Jack. I'm sure you're gonna find that you can do
Don't you worry, child.
something.
Jack, I have an idea.
yeah.
I'm gonna
I
take
don't
out
know.
some. I'm gonna take out some of the crystals I took.
Mm-hmm.
Pull out my half-link hammer, smash them so they shatter into like dust.
Oh my god.
Uh,
Yep, okay.
I'll arrange them into a line.
What
Snort the crystals.
Pandal, okay,
fuck are you
Pandal,
doing?
make me an attack with the hammer.
Oh, of course.
Oh my. You're doing this on the bar table, Sauriv
Yeah.
smashed.
No, that was a different bar. That was on Korea. I think.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
that
was
was
Korea,
yeah.
It was.
Okay,
I'm not sure, to be honest.
It's not like a smash, like a tap.
No bar shells
tiny
like
Warhammer.
this.
Yes, tiny Warhammer.
okay, that's a 6.
You missed
So
the
you
bar.
miss.
Bar's AC is 7.
you pull the hammer back, and like still holding the crystal with with one hand, and like the warnings of this, it might be a warhammer, just hit your mind at the last moment, and your hand, and you just miss. You just slam into the table next to it, and there's a dent in the table, like a proper solid dent in the table, as if it had been hit
No, that's not
with
very
the
nice.
warhammer.
I don't think smashing the table does anything.
Hold on, I got this, guys.
Yep,
I'm gonna start mending it.
you sort of hold your hand out, and this sort of magical blue glow begins emanating from the palm of your hands just over the table, and slowly the woodwork begins sort of folding back,
Wait a minute.
as if time itself was undoing,
As
pushing
I'm doing
Pandal's hammer back up.
that, between words for the incantation, I just turned to Pandal. Dude, what the hell are you trying to do?
I'm trying,
Kinda curious
Mathias, to have a good time. Something you probably don't know a lot about. We're gonna try to hit the crystal again.
Roll for that attack.
17.
That'll do it. Yeah, this time you hit the crystal, it shatters, it almost explodes in your grasp, shattering to thousands of tiny fragments. And as you pull your hand back, you've taken, what, that'll be 4 damage, as it is just lined with shards of crystal.
Good.
Because, like, little needle of crystals have just smashed into your hand. But, and then,
That looks like a very good time, Pandal.
It does indeed,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
You
It's
look-
not alive.
roll me a Constitution save.
One moment, guys.
I'm just
Oh,
looking. I'm just looking at this whole situation
Oh
with.
my god.
I want to get magic wasted, guys.
Okay, roll
Yeah.
it. Just roll me a.
Yargon.
Okay,
you
I know
should have
exactly.
expected this.
Yeah.
I
come
should
on,
have done.
man.
Okay, I know what we're doing. Roll me a D100 and let me pull up the thing.
Oh, is it war magic, please?
Yep.
Oh my
It's
god.
war magic. Well,
Let's get on.
What's going on here?
I'm snorting crystal.
12. He's
Oh
snorting.
my fucking god.
This is the same for snorting the crystal.
Oh my god.
Jack is just
Oh
looking
no.
over the whole situation
What
with
is it?
morbid curiosity.
Roll me
Yeah,
a
I've got
1D.
49 more of these.
Roll me a
Probably
1D10.
Right for it.
What, you're good?
Roll a
The fox
D10.
is more
D10.
disapproving,
Yep.
but secretly are also curious.
Let's go. 4.
Oh fuck.
Nice.
He
Good.
told me he actually shrinks 4 inches.
Oh,
Nope.
God,
Yes.
no. No.
You grow 4 inches
No!
on the spot, right there. Just you see the table sort of shrink beneath you as you grow 4 fucking inches, right there.
Oh, fucking told ya!
What the
Oh,
hell?
fucking told ya!
What the
Pandal.
hell?
Get me some.
This,
How,
I'm just,
how big is Pandal now?
Pandal,
4 inches?
please note down that you are now cursed with 4 inches of height. A remove curse spell, or something such as Greater Restoration, will remove this effect.
I'm never gonna restore any of my limbs, ever.
Can I identify Pandal?
I mean, you 10
I
minutes.
guess.
Yeah.
By the way,
Are you doing anything in that time, Pandal?
I mean, I'm
This-
bringing out more crystals for everyone else, because this shit's cool.
Pandal, I want some of that shit, but first I'm gonna figure out what the heck happened to you.
If you want to
can't
smash
go
some more crystals, go ahead and roll.
I'm becoming an actual dealer, this is great.
I am also ordering more ale, the strong stuff.
Yeah, it's like a
Okay, I
silver
guess
per ale.
We'll
Just
smash some
mark
more
off like a
crystals,
gold. Go
How
ahead
much per ale?
and 1 silver.
Oh, boys.
Okay.
I am ordering for the whole table, so that's 6 silver. No, I'm spending 12 silver. on this, fuck it.
Nice.
Pandal, I'd say wait there because
Yeah.
Sauriv will want to.
So, the first thing you do is you pull out another crystal, you pull back and you slam straight into the side of your own hand. You take 7 bludgeoning damage as your
took a
hand is
lot
just
of damage.
flattened into the table.
I'm just like,
Not
4
one
HP
to be
away.
perturbed, you try again, smashing the crystal, which takes another 4 HP off as more shards smash into your hand, and you have another pile of dust in front of you.
Akane, could you hold that with a mage hand?
Are either of you gonna... Is
Sure.
Sauriv, you done something yet, or...
Pandal, I'm just gonna say, wonderful to see the halfling warhammer. After
Give
I
Sauriv the
better at
hammer.
this.
By the way,
from
I'll,
like looking from curiosity to kind of worry. As the second time he tries to smash the crystal, immediately fails, and just immediately just don't stop and just continues to fucking smash his hand.
by the way, I'll be right back, and Akane will head upstairs and I guess change into
so
her
that
fine clothes just to
Yeah.
try them out.
Okay. Yeah,
Come downstairs.
So
They're
it's
very fine
strength plus. Would I have proficiency with this?
you do not.
It's a
I have
warhammer, so surely you do.
It's a
I do,
halfling
I have-
hammer. You do not have proficiency with this.
Okay, so I have the base. I have the same. I do have proficiency with all simple and martial weapons.
This is magical. Halflings have
This is
proficiency.
like this.
Anyone
is
else
like
doesn't.
a watchmaker's hammer. This is only a warhammer for
20 hits. Are you smashing a crystal?
Yeah, I'm smashing a crystal.
Pandal, just roll me a. Well, I'll just take the 8 there. So you take 3 points of bludgeoning damage as another of piercing damage, even as like again shards of crystal just shatter outwards. Spine, kind of like grabbing a hedgehog. They just prick all over your hand. You have to pull them all out. But you also now have a pile of dust on the table.
I'm going to do exactly the same as Pandal did.
Roll me a
Pandal,
1d100.
like,
I start scooting my chair away from these guys.
the magic search table. Or we can do
48.
fireball ourselves.
I think it's the what's it called, potion of what's his dick.
Oh my
But-
Jesus God, no!
Oh yes, please.
A unicorn appears next to you.
Today is the best day.
A fucking unicorn appears right next to you, looks around, and sprints out the door, skewering it on its horn, not slowing down and ripping it off, and just charges off. And you see Scandrick look on in pure horror.
Friend.
I just pause in my incantation. I haven't even snorted any of that shit and I'm already hallucinating.
The best shit.
Hey,
I
hey,
can make so much money off this.
hey, what are you... You're paying for that? Scandrick's from behind the bar looking on in horror as his door's just taken off by a unicorn. Just charges off down. You're paying for that?
Some good shit.
I'll see what I can do about that in a
That's-
minute. 8.
Jack's mouth is just hanging open at this point.
Okay. Matthias, you get off your identify spell.
Yeah.
Pandal is currently, wait, identify doesn't detect curses.
Oh, it does.
I'm a sexy halfling.
It does affect magical.
He's cursed.
Magic. Let's see.
I
Cursed with
Yeah.
forces are high. Fuck that.
Either way, the way I've been doing it is that identify doesn't attack curses. There's a greater identify that does, which is a high level,
Sure thing.
and it's not a ritual funny.
Pandal, what the shit? You're absolutely fine.
But yeah, Pandal
Real
appears to
great,
be.
mate.
More than fine.
There's some residue of magic on him because he just got magicked, but
Yeah.
yeah, no, there's nothing wrong with him. He's just 4 inches taller now.
By the way, there's also meant to be 2 ales each arriving at this table.
Yeah,
I'm
Scandrick
gonna
comes up
see
with 2 ales and sort of looks like
each.
you're paying from a door.
I am gonna have a
I
look at
didn't
that
do
door
anything.
right now.
10 gold.
Now, Reeve, you're coming. Sir, sir, allow us to have a look at that door. I'm confident that we can at least give it our best.
Mate, the
shot.
door's fucking gone. It was
Oh, it's-
skewered on the
Yeah,
horn and
yeah,
it
it's
left.
skewed
It was
on
ripped
the-
off its
skewed on the
hinges.
unicorn.
Oh,
It's put on the unicorns.
I pulled down.
Hang on, I
tables
have to get the
on
stats for a unicorn. This is the thing I wasn't expecting.
So,
I hand them hunting gold.
He
Yargon,
takes and puts the.
this-
Thank you.
For this exact reason,
Yeah.
I spent a good hour going through the entire magic source table, finding all the stats for all the creatures in it,
Oh
just
my
for
god.
Naomi.
Oh my god.
I mean, yeah, that's a good one.
I.
And then
Good use
we
for it.
rounded that.
Oh my god, that speed. Okay, so that
It
Yeah,
is.
they're like 50 feet or something.
Yargon.
Yeah, they are 50 feet, so that's 100 feet, and it's 10 rounds. So you are gonna. This thing is okay. It's 1,000 feet away.
oh my god.
So just-
Yargon, find close, don't give me a charisma bonus, right?
no,
No.
they don't.
Aw, it's
You
not
just-
like an RPG.
No.
Aw.
It's not like an RPG. You literally play
definition
Dungeons and
of-
Dragons.
The
Yeah,
definition of an
that,
RPG.
I mean, like some RPGs.
Literally one of the first RPGs ever developed.
The
Yeah,
best
like an
RPG because you
RPG.
can snort crystals, summon unicorns. The best game.
So, about crystals,
yeah.
there's still one line on the table.
Yeah, there's still a light on the table.
Yeah, there's still a line on the table.
Was
I'm
there-
gonna gesture for the guy,
That's
like the
amazing.
bartender guy, to come
Yeah.
and take it. Sir,
He looks-
join the reverie.
No, no, I'm
Oh,
a-
come on!
just have
it's
your
just good,
ale.
It feels good.
Yeah, I'm okay, thanks. And he
Really
puts
does.
2 ales in front of each of you, and that's no, bye, and just walks off.
I take a swig of one and I snort
Alright
that
then.
off.
roll me a d100.
Oh my
I
god.
love how it's gone from us getting drunk as most of Aftermath to now us getting all wasted on magic crystals.
Oh
Okay,
my-
how on a scale
I-
of 1 to fireball, how bad is it?
I'm just waiting for one of these days for it to be the fireball.
You turn into a potted plant at the start of your next turn. Why on a plant you are incapacitated and have a vulnerability to all damage? If you drop to 0 hit points, your pot breaks and your true form reverts. Matthias, in front of you, sniffs this. You go, and you look around, nothing happens, Matthias. And then suddenly, there's thump, and there's just potted plant just lands on the chair in front of you.
I want to take the potted plant and set it on the middle of the table.
Yeah, you put
Is
a potted
that-
plant on the table.
Oh, Luke, he's so cute.
Is that meant to happen?
The bartender is with a similar expression to Jack, sitting there with mouth open, just in pure shock.
and meanwhile, Akane is just sitting on the table like, yeah, normally as ever.
I'm going to poke the potted plant. Does anything happen?
You poke a potted plant, unless you intend to attack it. It's just a potted plant.
Can I roll an arcane on this to see how we can revert him?
No,
This
no.
is how we lost.
Yeah,
the
roll an
fight.
Arcana check.
Matthias.
Natural 1.
Oh,
Bonus action for a new character.
there are some spells that allow you to turn into other animals. If you kill that animal, it reverts you back.
Ah.
But sometimes that can damage the person, so be careful.
I grab the
dispel
potted
magic
plant and
would work.
smash it.
Oh god. So
Just
Akane
throw it
picks up
into
this
the-
potted
Connie and
plant.
Matthias are literally smashing. I'm so proud of you guys. Cool from day one.
Oh my god.
Akane picks up this potted plant, holds it above her head, and throws it into the floor. And as sort of instinctively, you would sort of like rear back, and then just it smashes across the floor, and for a moment nothing happens, and then Matthias just whoomp, and just Matthias is just lying sprawled on the floor.
Oh!
Oh,
dead!
What the
Yay!
hell happened?
Matthias, I think you soiled yourself.
Matthias, there's a little bit of soil covering like you.
Mathias, he turns into a potted plant.
I get up and check my crotch.
Yeah, some soil falls off of you as you stand up. You have to like brush out your hair and stuff.
What the heck? Yeah, into a plant? You what now?
I had to throw you on the ground to get you to your form.
Okay then. That
Ew.
stuff's potent.
I have 47 more of these.
I can't
think-
even try that.
I'm not gonna.
Should I?
I'm kind of with
Yeah.
the bartender now.
Okay,
why not?
I can't even try it then.
We're gonna pull out a crystal, just place it on the
Jax-
table next to Akane.
Jax just starts drinking heavily. The very that he can, just like, and
I'm just gonna give Pandal the Warhammer back.
I'll
I'm
take
just
the
gonna
Warhammer.
say, I'm done.
No.
Nope.
So what do I roll?
Pandal, are you smashing the crystal?
Oh,
or-
smash it.
I
fuck
hold
it.
the
Okay.
crystal with a mage hand.
Okay,
Oh yeah, that's very good.
10. That's its AC. So the mage hand is destroyed, and a few shards like fly out. They just scatter on the table. Mostly, yeah. You bring your hand up, smash it down, held niftily in place by a hand that isn't yours. After only 3 attempts, and yeah, you now have a small pile of green dust on the table. Akane, lift.
My lady.
Akane, you lean over, sniff, press one nostril close. Go ahead and roll me a 1d100.
Let's see.
81. Okay.
oh god.
That's a high number.
Oh, I'm gonna be
Oh.
lost in that one.
That's so disappointing. You can take 1 additional action immediately.
Oh,
Oh.
Lame.
So,
Can I re-roll?
sure, because that yeah, go for it.
That's disappointing.
That's lame.
it's lame.
Oh my god.
80.
Save for it.
If I roll another one, do I roll 83?
No.
No.
Alright, we're going to go with that because I'm going to say that the 81 and 82, which are both you can take one additional action immediately,
Oh.
aren't a thing because that's not a magical
Boring.
fact. That's just Speedy Boy. 51.
That's also lame.
Oh, okay. A spectral shield hovers near you for the next minute, granting you a +2 bonus to your AC and immunity to magic missile. So as you snort it,
Oh.
this shield, like kind of like one you'd hold like a big like a tower shield, just appears near her, and just floating just over her back. It's kind of this bluish holographic kind of look, just floating there.
Poke the shield.
Yeah, yeah. You poke the shield. It swings as you go to poke towards Akane. The shield swings to face you, and it just yeah. You poke it. It feels like a shield.
I start noting all the shit down in my book.
Okay.
I hate to be that guy, but these have only been good so far.
I
Yeah,
wonder
they
if
kinda
I
have,
light the crystal
actually.
Fire.
A unicorn. A potted plant.
He was first of all, he was only temporarily a potted plant.
Well,
Akane
I'm
smashed
back,
him,
right?
and now they're good. I'm taller. There was a fucking unicorn.
You're back to
Don't tell
normal.
in any way that's bad.
Oh
I
my
will
god!
stay
Hang on a
bolt
minute.
On a door.
Wakili's a druid, isn't he?
Yeah.
Fuck. Even I've seen a unicorn.
Wait, what?
He's a,
Yes, 1,000 times yes.
What?
oh, the Celestials.
Oh.
What was
Yeah.
it?
Ah, no. That's a shame. I thought they would be beasts.
Yeah, it's
I'd let you have it, honestly.
I'm pretty sure they have
I'd let
spellcasting and stuff.
oh, they do. Okay, never mind then. I
I
was gonna
think
say
so.
I'd let you.
Yeah.
If you
Unicorns
go
are
into
pretty
horse
tough.
form, you can now make it look like a unicorn. That's cool.
Worth it, to be fair.
Okay.
This is not a bad thing.
Is Wakili snorting?
Yeah. What are you guys gonna do? What do you guys do now?
I'm not snorting anything more. I'm also not gonna light it on fire inside the tavern, although I'm very curious what would happen.
If you like
I'm gonna
fire.
finish my drink and just stand up and say, I'm too young for this shit, and then I'm gonna walk outside.
Okay.
And
Wait.
walk back to my apartment and go
Okay.
home.
So Jack walks off. Okay.
I'm going to buy a bottle of whiskey, some of the nice whiskey,
Okay.
and I'm just gonna start swigging.
I think that was like a gold piece.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
so.
Okay. So are you guys gonna just drink the rest of the night away?
Yeah.
At some point I will mind illusion a door where the door's supposed to be.
The guy gives you a sort of a Scandrick just sort of looks over you. Oh, fucking. Fucking
I
fucks.
will also give him 10 gold.
I already paid him 10 gold.
Oh, did you?
Also, you
Yeah.
don't have 10 gold.
I don't. I do. I have 30.
Oh, okay.
Broke as fuck.
I have
Well, yeah.
30 gold. I'm
fine.
actually quite rich.
Meanwhile,
okay.
I have 300 gold and 37 platinum.
Matthias
Yeah, but you
gave
don't have a badass javelin.
him... True. So,
What?
You
yeah,
don't have a
Matthias
badass
gave him 10
javelin.
gold.
No, but
I spend the night-
I have badass magic.
Anyway,
So do I.
what Pandal?
I was gonna say, can I spend the night like making like some kind of check to be like, how much can I sell these for to like drug dealers? Because people sell shrooms and they're pretty whack. But like this shit summons unicorns.
Go ahead and roll an Arcana check,
Sick.
and then go ahead and roll. Okay, so that's something, and then let me just. What else? What would this be? This would be like
God.
just flat
Drug procurement.
intelligence. Let's go with that.
Wakili.
Oh, dude.
Okay.
You want a flat intelligence, right?
All I'm gonna say is, yeah, flight intelligence. You're gonna want to watch the VOD for this one, Mac. Who was just AFK. Okay, 13
You will
and
will not believe this.
they could be
What will
worth a
happen
little
will
bit
shock you.
each. The effects don't seem to. It seems to be pretty random, which maybe didn't help them. And you don't know what they could be, so that might hamper the price. But at the same time, I mean, the shit's real,
The
it's not
random.
drugs, so
Pretty whack.
maybe you might be able to sell each one for like maybe 10 gold.
Pandal.
It's like
You need to
400 gold.
upscale that price. You need to call it the green surprise. It's
Okay,
marketing, my dude.
Changing the name from crystals in my inventory to green surprises.
So, quick catch up. Akile, who was just AFK, just come back. Where did you leave?
I just got done with my flying thingy.
Okay, so they went to the bar
Oh.
and started getting drunk. Pandal took out some of the 50 remaining crystals and smashed them, and then snorted them like drugs.
Oh no!
I'm 4 inches taller now, motherfucker.
Immediately grew
3
4
foot
inches.
4 inches.
They then did it again. The next thing that happened was, it was Sauriv.
Sauriv did it.
Sauriv did it.
Yeah,
And
Sauriv.
a unicorn
it's a
appeared next to
unicorn.
him, sprinted off, hooked the door on its horn, and just charged off. At which point they were charged 10 gold for the fucking door. Then, Mathias did it, turned into a potted plant, which Akane had to smash to revert him back to normal form, and then Akane did it, and,
Yeah.
what was it? Akane
Giant
rolled like the
spectral
shit
tower
one.
shield now.
Yeah, there's just a tower
Yeah,
shield
it's
hovering
a
around her
massive shield.
for a minute.
Can I say that by the time Wakili comes back, the door's already an illusion?
Yeah, sure. Wait, no, Wakili was there the whole time, wasn't
Was he? I didn't know.
he? Yeah, he was
I
there.
think he went with us to the tavern, yeah.
Yeah, he,
Right.
I saw
sorry,
all this shit.
he was there. Yeah, you've seen this. Mathias has illusioned the door. There isn't one with minor illusion. And Scandrick, the bartender, is unhappy with him, and Jack has just gone, "I'm too young for this," downed his ale and fucked off.
Are you also
Can
snorting some?
can my character have just fucked off with Jack?
If
Like, he would actually ask, as all this is going on, I hate to be a bother, but do you mind if I come with you rather than stay here with them?
Yeah, as long as. Yeah. Yep.
Thank
That's fine.
I mean, he's
Okay.
probably had a couple of ciders, maybe a beer or two, but he's not drunk.
ales
Mathias
each.
is happily drunk.
cider roll. Yeah. Okay,
Oh my god, I do.
so we're all gonna drink the night away. No more drugs.
No, crystals.
No more
Yeah,
crystals.
no more crystals.
Okay.
These are profit.
So
I'm
with that,
digging into your.
So with that, you guys are gonna drink the rest of the night away, and I think that is pretty much a good time as ever to end it, as you all have
And
yourselves
tomorrow's Tuesday.
Thursday, as
Thursday.
you all have one
Thursday,
hell
yeah.
of a night,
I mean,
and tomorrow is Thursday, so you'll stumble drunkenly into your rooms, or not so drunkenly in some cases, and end up beginning to sleep.
I mean, I imagine I'm not very drunk because I have the belt of Dwarven.
Go
Even
ahead and
though I
roll a
drank a full bottle of whiskey,
concentration,
I have advantage.
Constitution
I have
save. You do indeed.
I have advantage on this, and I have resistance against poison damage. If that makes a difference.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you're not drunk. You're sort of just tipsy. So, Sauriv is slightly tipsy. Everyone else is like hammered. As you all spend the night drinking and end up heading off to your rooms, drunkenly falling into, or not so much, into a sort of a sleep, a slumber. Perhaps not exactly in the positions you'd intended, as you sort of fall into your beds mostly. Just face down. The moment your head touches the pillow, you're out. And with that,
Actually, I am just going to spend some time figuring out, like, what has actually happened to myself because I'm not completely shit-faced. So,
okay.
still pretty much figuring out the abilities that I already know about.
All right.
Just testing what I can do, really.
That's easy enough.
I'm just gonna.
They're too drunk to complain.
Wakili
When
just
I-
throws. Oh,
Yeah, no, so continue.
I was just Wakili just throws his
Portable hole.
his portable hole onto the wall and just steps inside. And just lays down in his hammock in there.
Yeah, he's got a portable hole with a hammock, and I think there's like a bit of a desk in there as well.
Yep.
Storage, yeah. He just chucks that onto the wall, and that's Wakili. Doesn't even take up any room.
I'm just
Yeah,
gonna lay
no.
in my bed and kind of fiddle with my guns. Just thinking of what happened
Sure.
today.
Welcome to the gang. I think this is a very good inauguration ritual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Introduction.
Oh my god.
So, with that, we are gonna end there for tonight. Thanks for watching, and we're gonna roll the intro, so we'll catch you in the next one.
See you
Bye.
next time.
Bye.
Thanks for watching this episode of Aftermath. Hit the like button down below if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you want to see more. Be sure to click the little bell icon if you want notifications when new episodes are released. In the description down below, you can find links to Mac's channel, where he, Luke, and some of their friends play Shadowrun Paranoia, and a link to Vom's channel, where you can find the stay list of memes. You can also find a link to our website, where you can find the tabletop role-playing game I'm writing called Starships and Laserguns, which we'll be playing on this channel soon. There's also a link to my Patreon, which supports the development of Starships and Laserguns by helping to pay for the website and allowing me to commission artwork. We'll see you in the next episode.